Guys, I just got this box in from Knipex. I have no idea what it is. You know, last week they sent me that 7-piece tool roll with the VDE handles that I'm going to do a VDE handle and VDE tool review on as far as a comparison test. So this may be part of that. I don't know what they sent me. They may have sent me something else. So let's see what it is. They typically don't send me things without telling me what's coming, but they did this time. So let's have a look. Okay, it's the 1388-8 US, made in Germany, electrical install pliers, 1000 volt rated. Oh, very nice. Wow, these things are nice. Okay, so this is it. This is that same 1000 volt rated. I guess maybe this was back ordered. They went and meant to send this. It didn't come in time, and I went ahead and did that other review on it. It's a 1388-8, made in Germany. Very nice, very tacky handles. It's got those, shear type cutters, and I mean sharp too. Let's see, this cuts 12 and 14. Maybe that's why they say it's US, because this is in US gauge wire, 12 and 14, and crimp 12 to 20. And you've got your little nut grabbing and pipe gripping feature here, and serrations on the very end. So this thing is really nice. Let's take a look. It is 8.5 inches. So that's 8.5 inches long. Oh man, that's very nice. You know what? I appreciate that. Appreciate Knipex doing that. Man, these things are just, look at that. Look at that hookup. I mean, it is tight. You could tell these things are just precision. As you come down, you can feel the shears. You can feel the force a little bit shearing that. I can't wait to try to cut something with this. In fact, I'm going to try to cut something right now. I got a little bit of this 20 amp wire here. Oh man, cuts it like butter. Okay. So that is the Knipex 13888 US, made in Germany. Thank you very much, Knipex. Very nice, and I will be including these on future reviews. Let's see what's next. So I was at somebody's house the other day hanging pictures, and thought it was going to be quick and easy. I had my SPMC bag. I just had this in there, little 6-inch Milwaukee level. Well, she had a wall that she wanted a line of pictures straight across, and I was thinking, oh man. And then she had one wall where she wanted them going up at a diagonal angle, a bunch of pictures. So I was thinking there's got to be an easier way than, all I had was that. So when I got through, I did make it a lot of measuring from the ceiling down, and it wasn't quite perfect, but I started looking around because I had seen this before. This is the Air Grip Laser Level by Ryobi. So this thing works up to 20 feet with a vacuum. It's got a vacuum with a little suction cup on the bottom where it sticks to the wall, projects a red laser, and as soon as you turn it off, you just pull it off and it doesn't bar the wall. So I got this just for that reason. Now, I found this on directtools.com. I think it was, I don't know, a little over $20. These aren't that expensive. But directtools.com had this as a factory blemish, which of course they're never factory blemished. But it was very cheap there. Let's take it out of the package here and take a look at it. So you pull this cap off here. I've already put the batteries in here. Just 2 AA batteries. And you've got this laser here will rotate 45 degrees either way, right? So you can have it set at different angles. So you can see the laser will rotate at different angles. Put it back on 0. It's just got little marks at 22.5 and 45. So let's take it out there and see how this thing works. It's going to be interesting to see. Okay, it's a little dark down here. But let's just see, I got this nice flat wall here. Let's set this thing up. And I'm going to get this bubble pretty close. And then there's an on and off button right here where my thumb is. It's sticking to the wall. As you can see, it's projecting that red laser all the way to the door here. So it works great. Let's turn it off, make sure it doesn't mar the wall. Yeah, wow, works great. So you can see how that thing worked. It worked great. Now, of course, I've got a laser that I could set up on the tripod, but if I'm just going to be hanging pictures, I'm just going to throw this in the bag. I don't need a tripod, I don't need a laser, I don't need any of that. This thing here works great. Now, I would think, you can't trust this little bubble here to be right. But when you project it, you can always put a level on that laser line and make sure it's correct. And you can always turn it off and adjust it however you want to. So this is a Ryobi Air Grip laser level. I can recommend this thing, especially for something simple like hanging pictures. Let's see what's next. I was on Woot the other day and found this stud finder from Franklin Sensors. Now, I've been using Franklin Sensors for 2 or 3 years now. I think they're the best stud finders in the business. In fact, I won't use anything else. I got a small one upstairs in the garage, and I got a larger one down in the wood shop. But I saw this. I didn't know how big it was, so I went ahead and bought it. It was only like $17 on Woot, so you can't go wrong there. I was thinking I'd just throw it in the bag, but this thing came in and it was about twice as big as I thought it was going to be. This looks like an older model or something, but it's pretty big. I didn't expect it to be this big. The one I've got upstairs in the garage is almost exactly half this size. It'd easily fit in the bag. So, but for $17, you can't hardly go wrong there. So let's go out. I've already put the batteries in it. It's 2 AA batteries. Let's go out there and we'll take a look and see how this thing works. Okay, as you can tell, there's a little switch here on the side. You just hold it up to the wall. You can see it light up there. So if you could put your nail or screw in that middle section, you're right in the middle of the stud. Let's keep going to the next one. There's another one. So this thing does work great. I mean, you can't beat these Franklin Sensors. So I really like this. Even though it's a little too big for me, it works just like all the other Franklin Sensors does. It's a great product. Okay, so that's it. That's the Franklin Sensor stud finder. As you could tell on there, it worked perfect. Here's that little switch I was pressing here, by the way. The thing just works great. A little bit larger than I wanted, but you know what? I'll leave it here in the house, in the garage, and I'll just use it there. Let's see what's next. So guys, these wedge lights have become all the rage these days, it seems like. Almost everybody's making one. This is the Sofern, I think it's the ST1. This is the T90 Pro by Warson, very nice light. This is the Workhorse. Now this is the HDO one. This is pretty much a favorite of mine. I love it. I love the color. This one is the Surefire Stiletto. One of my favorites because I like the weight, very lightweight. Half the weight seems like of these. American made, and it's just a good wedge shape. It's only 500 lumen, but it's like $115. This is the Surefire Stiletto. Then you go to the Surefire Stiletto Pro, it's $200. You go to Pro 2, it's $300. Just goes up from there. These are very expensive lights, but very well made light. But this one's like $30, $70, $115. It goes up from there. Now, I got an email from Olight last week, and they wanted to send me a light out. I've never received any product from Olight. I'm very excited to be getting some products from Olight now. Hopefully, they'll be sending me some more of their new releases. This is the Arc Pro Ultra. And I mean, you know what? When I say there's a new sheriff in town, this thing's not a new sheriff. It's Buford T. Pusser sheriff. You young guys don't know what I'm talking about. Go watch the movie Walking Tall. This thing kind of sets a new standard on these wedge lights. Just unbelievable innovation. So let's get it. Let me open it up. We'll get into it. Hang on a second. Okay, so let's get into this light. I mean, the first thing I notice is how well machined it is. Very refined. The side, this has got 1,800 little squares in here that have been CNC'd into the side. Just a grip like no other that I have right now. It is made out of OAL aluminum. That's Olight's own aluminum formulation they came up with. It's 1.73 times harder than regular 6061 aluminum, like these other lights here are made out of. It's 1.44 times the yield strength of titanium and 1.73 times the tensile strength of Ta2 titanium. So, I mean, this is a very hard, very strong new aluminum that is Olight's proprietary blend here. This thing it comes with this little charger here where you can set it up like this and it'll charge. If you touch this button here, it'll show you the indicator, charge indicator. But it also has, if you don't want to use that little cradle, it also has a USB little door here, not a rubber flap, but an actual door where you can put your USB-C charging in here. It's got a clip, double clip, you can put it on your hat or in your pocket. What these wedge lights are really nice for is they fit in your pocket just like a knife does. You can fit it in the corner of your pocket, you can sit down and you don't even know it's there. That's what's so nice about these versus some of these other, wider ones like this that really print on your pocket. So let's get into it here. Now you have a selector switch. So you get UV, flood, and spot. We'll flip it over to the UV mode. You press it once, there's your UV light. You long press it, it gets brighter. So you got two brightnesses on the UV. You press it another time, it turns off. Now, we go to the middle section, which is the floodlight. You press it. Now, this is another proprietary LED that they've came out with that supposedly got better light and better diffusion. So, uses less energy supposedly. So, who makes new LEDs these days? Not many, but Olight is. So this is your floodlight. You long press it, you go through all of your different. So you short press it after it's on and you just turn it off. So on the high you have 1700 lumens. What you do there is just double press it. There's your 1700 lumens. And man, bright. In fact, I'm seeing stars right now. Okay, you go over here to your spotlight. Same thing, exact same thing. You can press it once on, once off. You turn it on. You can cycle through the different brightnesses. You double press it. There's your turbo. Press it once and you're off. Very simple to operate. I tell you, I really like this thing. On the side here, you've got a green laser. See here? When it's on, you long press it and you can change the brightness of it. Short press and it turns off. So that's your different modes on this. Very simple to operate. That's what I like about it. You got one button here and one little side button. I hardly ever use the spotlight, but you can use the spotlight while you've got the main light on also. Just a very innovative light. I tell you what, for the money, I don't think you can go wrong. You think $130, and a lot of times you can get 10% off on that. But you think $130 is a lot of money, but when you think about the innovation and the research they had to come up with their own aluminum and their own LED, I mean, that takes some money that, they have to recoup somehow or another. So, but is it worth it? I mean, when I look at this for 119, this Surefire Stiletto, and this one, I'd much rather have this one now. Just so much easier to carry, easy to hold. It's just a lot nicer light as far as I'm concerned. So that's it, guys. That's the Arc Pro Ultra from Olight. Just one fine flashlight. I tell you, I think this might be one of my favorites. Let's see what's next. Hey guys. So this is the WorkPro 3-tier service cart. You see how nice and easily it folds up. Weighs almost nothing. You push this, there's a button here you press, and it just unfolds. Now each one of these shelves holds 70 pounds. There are 2 locking casters and 4 or 2 on the front that do not. 360 rollable. I tell you, this thing is very cool. Now if you look up, I'm gonna give you a link to Amazon where you can buy this. Look at the awards this won. This thing won awards last year for innovation. This thing is awesome. 210 pounds total, like I said, 70 pounds per shelf, 35 inches high. Let's look at the width here. Real quick. The shelves are 14 3/4 by 23 inches. That's the Work Pro 3-tier service cart. I tell you, I'm kind of impressed with it, man. It's just so light for the amount of weight it holds. This thing would be very handy just throw in the back of the truck, back of the car, in the back seat even. When you get ready to fold it out, you see this little red clip here again. You press it down, you just pull up. And there it is. It'll stand up on its own. You can hang it up on a hook, whatever you want to do. So that's the Work Pro. Oh, hang on a minute. To get it out, press this button again. 3-tier service cart. Let's see what's next. Okay, what's next? Velocity sent me out this NB100 to take a look at it. As you know, I'm a huge fan of Velocity, and I'm a huge fan of these small bags. And this thing is freaking awesome. Look at all the pockets you got here. I don't want to give too much away because I'm going to be doing a full review on this one. And I'm thinking about comparing it to this SPMC here, the Vito SPMC. You can see how similar in size they are. This one seems like a little bit wider than the Velocity, but the Velocity may be a 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch taller. But they're very similar. So I'm going to be doing a review on both of these, or a comparison review on these. Guys, that's it for this week's video. We will see you on next Monday's tool haul.